I'm Richard Truett, the Engineering and Technology Reporter for Automotive News. I've just spent a week test driving the Kia Seltos SX Turbo all-wheel drive, and now I feel a rant coming on. The Seltos is a well-made, handsome, and lavishly equipped compact crossover, but to me, it embodies just about all the problems and issues facing the auto industry today. When Kia entered the market in 1992, it offered reasonable vehicles at what I would say were very reasonable, that is, cheap prices. But cheap didn't pay the bills, and in 1997, Kia had to declare bankruptcy. The following year, Hyundai bought Kia, and since then, it's been a stratospheric rise for Kia. They've improved styling, boosted quality, introduced cutting-edge technologies, and the market's responded. Year after year, Kia sales have gone straight up. In fact, last year, Kia sold 782,000 vehicles in America. But the Seltos here, like many other Kias, are no longer the least expensive in their segment. In fact, they're pretty much priced equally with Honda, Toyota, and domestic import brands. The value, though, is still there. It just lies in the amount of equipment you get for your money, which is to say, a lot. With Kia and Hyundai moving up market, it opens the door to the next wave of value-oriented vehicles, and I think those are going to come from China. China's got advantages that other countries just can't compete with in logistics, in labor, in raw materials, and even in government help. I've always viewed Hyundai and Kia as the last two truly value-oriented vehicles that you can get in the US. But with each new vehicle that comes out with higher prices, I see that advantage slipping away. Okay, enough rant. Let's talk about the Seltos. Overall, the Seltos SX all-wheel drive turbo is probably one of the most enjoyable vehicles I've driven in a long, long time. The engine is a 1.6-liter, 195 horsepower Turbo 4 that's connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission. It offers terrific levels of refinement. The engine is whisper quiet. The transmission shifts are imperceptible. It feels like a much more expensive vehicle than it is. So kudos to Kia engineers for nailing what they call NVH, noise, vibration, and harshness. The car handles really well. The steering and brakes are super responsive. And when we get inside, I'll show you that there's 3 drive modes: normal, smart, and sport. So when you drive the Seltos, the first thing you'll notice is the mechanical refinement. It's really good. Like I mentioned, the engine's really smooth and quiet, and it handles really well. 195 horsepower moves this 3,200-pound vehicle down the road really, really quickly. There's 3 settings down here. You have a sport, a normal, and a smart mode, which helps you save gas, or if you want the performance, you put it in sport mode, and it gives you a lot of zing when you're merging onto the highway. But beyond that, you're sitting here. These seats are super comfortable, really nice material. This is the top of the line model, right? So it's got all the good stuff in it. There's heated and cooled seats here. The buttons are real logical to figure out how to work. You don't have to be a computer programmer to figure it out. It's all here. It's all easy. The screen is this big, and everything is really nicely placed on here, where, if you're going down the road, you can either change channels here, or you can use the steering wheel buttons. Kind of weird to me is that most of the world, I think, is right-handed, but they put the controls for the radio on the left side of the steering wheel. Minor nit to pick, but it's, you get used to it. The back seat room is pretty decent. It's, kid-friendly. Behind the rear seats is great for those Costco runs where you get, 600 rolls of toilet paper. And, the vehicle is probably best in class or close to it. I took a look at the reviews in Road and Track and Car and Driver and elsewhere, and it really gets high marks for just about everything. The nice thing about the Kia Seltos, this particular model, is there's nothing else you'd want to put in it. The downside is the cost to get into it's not what it used to be. It's a little more expensive than you might expect for a Kia, but it's pretty well loaded and a good vehicle, I believe.